Hello and welcome to On the Couch with Steve, a podcast where we help you navigate the often complex world of buying and selling real estate. I'm Steve Athanates. I'm the owner of NG Real Estate here in Ipswich. I'm joined today by Matthew Taylor-Farrington.
He got it out.
From Purple Bunny Marketing, one of our great friends of the show.
Yes.
So at the end of the day, Matt's come along today to have a talk to me and I guess ask me some questions about what did the Ipswich real estate market do in November 2023.
Yes.
So, mate, you've got some questions for me?
I do. It's so that you don't look like you're just talking to yourself.
Yes, that's right. It's very helpful. It's very helpful. I appreciate it.
All right. So what did the market look like? How did you guys finish up for November?
Well, of course, you know we're the number one real estate company in Ipswich.
Of course.
So we had a great month. On average, we always list and sell approximately 2 houses every single day. So our amazing team of agents, award-winning team, I might say, we listed 62 homes in 30 days, so an absolutely stellar listing month.
Yeah, wow.
And that's taking into consideration that listings, actual house listings for sale, are still down about 42% on what they were a year ago.
Yeah, right.
So we still managed to list 62, so great effort by the staff. What we did manage to do in the same time period is we sold 59 homes in 30 days, so just one shy of 2 a day. Now, for the people at home, you know, how much is 59 homes in Ipswich? That equates to $39.25 million worth of Ipswich real estate traded hands through our company in November this year.
Yeah, wow.
So, yeah, it's pretty impressive.
Yes.
And I guess for a lot of people who don't really know, you wouldn't think that you would see that sort of volume of transactions. But the team at NG Real Estate Ipswich, award-winning, doing a great job.
Nice plugs. Good branding. Yeah. Well, that's good. And that's good to see that things aren't slowing, that things are still continuing to rise despite what we hear and see in the media. And I did see something the other day where the Ipswich market is performing better than a lot of other markets. Is that right?
Definitely. Yeah. And it's been this trend has sort of continued over probably the last 12 to 18 months where Ipswich as a market in itself, which is obviously really exciting for people who live in Ipswich,
yes,
is performing better than the state average generally. And obviously Queensland is the best performing state in Australia.
Yes. Yep.
So on average, we're still seeing house prices rise roughly, and I'm just going to say this is an approximate, around 3% per quarter.
Yep.
So we've talked about this in previous podcasts. If you bought a house 12 months ago, on average, it's worth 12% more than you paid for it 1 year ago. Now, when we talk about bank interest, you know, you probably struggle to get 6%.
Yes.
Okay, maybe 5%. But you can, if you had bought a house anywhere in Ipswich 12 months ago, you'd be 12% richer than you were the day you bought it.
Yeah, right.
So very, very exciting times for the Ipswich real estate market.
Yeah, and no-brainer, really. If you can afford it.
If you can afford it, and that's a key thing. If you can afford it.
Yeah, to get into the market, especially while the growth's happening, it's important. So.
Well, you may as well get in because let's face it, rent's not cheap either.
No.
So if you can save some pennies, we've talked on this podcast with Steve Beach from Sanford Financial about numerous ways that you can get into the market using parents' equities, using government grants. There's a lot of ways for you to get in, but we would encourage you, if you can afford it, get into the housing market because we're in December now. Today's the 4th of December. They're saying, the experts are saying that they still believe that house prices will continue to rise into 2024. So buy a house if you can afford it.
Yes, of course. All right. And so I guess what are we seeing then when it comes to hotspots for properties in Ipswich? You're saying the Ipswich as a whole is performing well, but is there certain areas that are performing better than others?
Look, there's sort of certain segments of the market. There's some suburbs that are really popular. If you like the western side of Ipswich, Yamanto, Flinders View, Race View always tend to be very popular. Eastern Heights is a bit of a blue chip circle in that area. Mm-hmm. If you come over the bridge, Brussels, very popular. You've got obviously Wood End, Saddlers Crossing. We've got some great spots. If you want to jump into the acreage market, you've obviously got Deebing Heights, you've got Walloon, Thaguna, Marburg, Rosewood, then you can come around to Pine Mountain, Karalee, Chuar, Barellan Point, through to Karana Downs. So you've got plenty of options. some of the prices that we're seeing, even in some of what used to be our cheaper or more affordable areas, even somewhere like Leichhardt.
Yep.
Okay. Maybe, great suburb, not necessarily the most sexy, desirable location for some people, but still a great place to get in as an investor or as a first home buyer. We're now seeing prices regularly in the high 4s and even into the low 5s.
Yeah, right.
Now, remembering these are 50, 60-year-old post-war, a lot of them timber homes, whether they're chamfer board, etc. So they're not brand new houses.
No, that's right.
And I guess they used to be, relatively speaking, affordable.
Yes.
You're still going to pay good money to get into any market.
Yeah.
If we go to the other end of the extreme, we're regularly seeing prices in, say, our acreage suburbs in, say, Karalee.
Yep.
A lot of sales north of 1.5 million.
Yes.
So you get a nice big 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom, double garage, in-ground pool, the shed, the whole thing on an acre of land.
Shebang.
Up to 1.7, 1.8. If it's real good, it could even sneak into the really high 2s. Sorry, the really high 1s, I beg your pardon.
Yep.
Not 2s. Really high 1s.
Yes.
But, so yeah, all of these suburbs are extremely popular. And for people who want to live in those areas, the key thing that's happening now is you are being forced to compete.
Yes.
So if you want to live there, really limited supply,
yes,
really strong demand, you got to fight.
Yes.
So if you want to live, Eastern Heights is your dream suburb and you find the house of your dreams and you want it, you got to go after it.
Yeah.
Okay. Put your best foot forward.
Yep.
There's no point saying, I really love that house. I probably would have paid more, but I didn't. Now remember what I said before. If house prices go up another 12% in the next 12 months, the decision for you not to buy this month could be very costly because you think it's expensive now, but if it goes 12% higher in 1 year, you're thinking I could have picked up that money for doing nothing.
Yes, 100%. Yeah, it's crazy. I'm blown away by prices, but hey, if people are still prepared to pay the money.
Well, that's the ultimate determinant of the value of anything. If someone's prepared to pay for it, it must be worth that amount of money.
100%. Yeah.
And the thing about these properties is that when I say compete, a lot of these properties, and there's very few that we don't get multiple offers.
Yep.
So we go into a multiple offer situation. We serve you with an accountable form. We're an REIQ accredited office. So we serve you with an acknowledgement of a multiple offer. That form is telling you, as the real estate agent, and we have to keep that form for 7 years. It's an accountable form. So we're telling you, hey, we have multiple offers.
Yes.
We don't have to tell you how many we've got, but we're telling you we've got more than 2, at least 2. Yes. So at the end of the day, we're asking you to put your best foot forward. So that's the most amount of money you're prepared on the best terms you're prepared to offer.
Yep.
Okay, and you have to acknowledge that you know that.
Yes.
And that you may not get another opportunity
to put another offer in.
Yep. So when a real estate agent asks you for your best and final, and this happened this week to someone who missed out on a house, the agent asked them 4 times.
Yes.
So is this your best and final? We are in multiple offer, and the person's saying, well, this is what I'm prepared to pay, but if someone wants to pay more, you just let me know. And we're saying,
we can't do that.
No, that's not how it works.
Yeah.
We ask everyone for their best and final, and whoever has the best offer on the best terms is the winner.
Correct, yeah.
Now, remembering, real estate agents, we don't own the houses. We're representing the seller.
That's right.
The seller is going to decide which offer they want,
and
which terms are the most beneficial to them. So I understand that this is a stressful process and people get upset when they miss out. But when an agent tells you you're in a multiple offer and they require your best and final,
yes,
we're not joking.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is your chance to put your best foot forward. The seller will make a decision which offer they want.
Yep.
Okay, we then ring people back. Okay, and I say to people, if there's 5 people who are wanting to buy a house, okay, one of you is going to be happy. The other 4 are going to be sad.
Yes. Which
one do you want to be? You want to be the happy one, or you want to be one of the sad ones?
Yeah.
Put your best foot forward. No point coming back to me 2 days later saying, Steve, I love that house. I would have paid more. I will pay more.
Yeah.
It's too late. We can only sell it once.
Yeah. Yes, understand. And it is crazy that people don't understand that. After all these podcast episodes, you'd think...
You would think after all
Yes.
these episodes of On the Couch with Steve that they would know exactly what to do. Exactly.
I guess moving on now, rental market. What are we seeing in that space? I heard something on the media the other day, and I think the guys here at River actually gave you a call to talk
Yes.
about it, the amount of people turning up to open homes and turning up to homes and inspections and whatnot. Are we seeing that still continue to be crazy? Is it slowing down? Is it getting better? What's happening in that space?
Well, there was a suggestion. I'm not going to say who made the suggestion.
Yes.
But there was a suggestion that, and it was reported in the media that some rental properties in Ipswich were getting like 120 people showing up at them and just basically battling out for this property.
Yes.
That's not been our experience.
Not realistic.
So I'm not saying that person is wrong.
Yep.
But that's not the experience that we have. We're obviously one of the largest real estate companies here in Ipswich, if not the largest. We're actively managing across all of our offices 1,000 rental properties.
Yep.
So we're not a small office.
No.
So we're managing 1,000 rentals here in Ipswich. We had a property management meeting at 9 o'clock this morning. Out of that 1,000 properties, we've got right now here in our Ipswich offices, we've got 5.
Yes.
5 properties available. But if you get something that's in the more affordable range, even in the sort of 400 to 500 range, it's probably not uncommon that you might get anywhere between 10 and 15 people show up.
Yes.
Okay. If we had any more than that, we do cap them for health and safety reasons.
Yeah.
Do you mean we can't have 35 or 50 people wandering through one house?
No,
it's not
that's right.
safe for people.
Yes.
So at the end of the day, we would cap it at a certain amount, and we would just run more frequent inspections.
Yes.
But there is not 120 people showing up at homes.
No.
If it's something more expensive, probably in the 600 per week or more range, you might get anywhere between say 4 and 8 people showing up. It's definitely not 120 people showing up in
No, I didn't believe so, but
well Marty Kepo rang me to ask me, and saying, is this true? I'm thinking no.
Yeah.
No, it's not. Well, it's not true in our experience.
No, correct. Okay, so in that space with the rentals then, so you've got 5 properties available out of your 1,000. So are we seeing less in that space of investors are they selling homes? Are they, what's happening in that space? How are we going to have more properties come to market?
Well, look, obviously this is why the government is obviously trying to implement so many programs. I think in one of our future podcasts, we're going to talk about the option for investors to buy through their self-managed super funds and stuff like that.
Yep.
So that'll be an episode we'll do in the future with Steve Beach. That's a little teaser for everyone out there.
So stay tuned.
We'll stay tuned.
Yes.
But at the moment, there is still a good number of investors. They're definitely not swamping the market or flooding the market.
Yes.
That there is a steady supply of investor buyers. We deal with a lot of buyers agents from Sydney, Melbourne and all the other major capital cities who are looking for opportunities in Queensland and a lot of the time in Ipswich for their clients who are interstate, because they believe that Ipswich is a hotspot.
Yes.
Okay, Southeast Queensland is a hotspot, so it's very attractive to, I guess, buyers in other states, where if you lived in Sydney, like for $1 million, you buy a piece of crap somewhere. Here, $1 million buys you a really nice house.
Yeah.
So, but most investors aren't spending $1 million, but when they're used to spending that sort of money just to get into the market in any way, shape or form, Ipswich and Southeast Queensland in particular represents a great opportunity to buy in.
100%. Yeah.
And capital growth is great here, as we've already talked about.
Yes, agreed.
So in terms of prices, really limited supply. The prices haven't gone through the roof. We've talked about in previous episodes of On the Couch with Steve that, at one stage they were quite high. They'd sort of, rental prices had sort of steadied.
Yes.
Every now and then, I think we get some owners who watch too much of the news and think that their $480 a week rental property is suddenly worth $600 a week, which it's not. And then obviously they'll ask us to advertise at a higher price. either no one shows up or no one inquires on the property. They're saying, oh, okay, well, maybe they were right. Maybe that's too high. They'll drop it. And sometimes they're forced to continue to drop it until they get back to where it really sits.
Yeah.
So all I'd suggest is, as a tenant, there's not a million opportunities around, but the opportunities that do exist, are getting filled.
Yep.
Okay, but there's always going to be new stock coming to market. So I don't think anyone needs to panic. No, 100%.
Yeah, perfect. All right. Well, that wraps it up for me, from my side of things.
Beautiful, mate. Well, thank you for stepping in to interview me so I didn't have to just talk about this on the camera by myself.
You're welcome.
Very,
You're
very
welcome.
helpful.
It's payback, I know.
Yes. Well, obviously, for everyone out there, thank you for tuning in to On the Couch with Steve. If you'd like to see more information or ask any questions about what we're talking about, we'd love to see your feedback. Please subscribe to the link below. Tell us what you're thinking, what you're feeling. If you love what we're doing, let us know. I'm Steve Athanates. I'm from NG Real Estate Ipswich. Thanks for joining us with On the Couch with Steve.